Hello, everybody. This is another episode of Conversations with Francois. But today, this is a funky, fresh conversation. It is indeed. We're
Hey,
having a funky, fresh conversation with Mr. Trueman McGee, and we're going to talk to him about his business, working out, fitness, and just life overall. So, hey, Trueman.
yes. Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. How are
Good.
you?
I just
Good. So,
finished some set, so I pushed myself a little closer to my fitness goals. I didn't make excuses for the day because
hey,
excuses is easy. It's easy to be like, oh, I'm busy, I'm tired. All right, it's easy. Shit, that's something I battle with every day. I mean, we all battle it.
excuses. I do. I like them. But I try to push through them. I definitely do.
Yeah,
How long are your workouts usually? How long do you work out
I keep them
daily?
short, like 30 to 45 minutes a day, and then I
Okay.
try to get 5 to 6 days in if possible. Currently, I'm in
Okay.
Iron Fist Fitness, which is located on off of 100P, 4th and Capitol. So it's right behind that Target on Capitol. So my buddy,
Okay.
he owns the gym. It's a black-owned gym. Great state-of-the-art equipment. Got stuff like this, like a ladder mill. You heard of a treadmill before, but have you heard of a ladder mill? Where you climb up the ladder continuously, like a treadmill, and it don't stop. It's like a crazy full body workout. So um, yeah, this is my spot. Or either I'm at home in my basement doing like a little beach body workout, a little insanity, a little Shaun T, a little I'm a Walla Caesar. Just trying to, limit my excuses. If I can't make it to the gym, got something at home. If I wake up too late, hey, try to do something throughout the day. If you ever come into Sherman Fitness, you do, but you see I got a pair of kettlebells right in line for any customers or for anybody who maybe not got their full workout in. You can just pop out a couple squats, couple whatever you can.
Yeah. And it's like I'm a fan of that. If I don't make it to the gym, I definitely turn on YouTube and give me a quick little
Yes,
team workout, something.
yo, we got these high-powered technology devices in our hands. There's no reason not to.
Exactly. Exactly. So let's start now. I met you kind of like through the grapevine. Like your best friend, my best friend. And shout out to my
Hmm.
best friend Drew. Shout out Drew. So, I would see you around doing fitness classes. And I really feel like I've seen your whole come up from the
Hmm.
sideline. Really, I remember the Get Tired Fitness. And then you kind of start
Yes.
bringing food to that. Next thing you know, he was popping up. He was helping with the spring rolls. He was bringing some
Hmm.
rolls over, and boom, we got Funky Fresh out here. We in stores.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? We all over. That's
Yep.
exciting.
Yep. So that's
It's
pretty much
exciting.
how we started, right? From healthier options. Like really, it started from just me being at a point in my life where I was at my lowest. I was like laid off from my job as a construction worker, and I was as heavy as I ever been, out of shape. I was 28. Like, I feel like when you're in your 20s, you think that 28 is old until you get
Yeah,
into your late 30s. You're like, yo, 28 is young. How old are you? How old are you, Courtney?
I'm 33.
33. So you starting to see. Like, I feel like I got to 25. I was like, oh, I'm so old now. And man, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's like prime of your life. So at that time,
Right.
being in the prime of my life, not like being at my best potential, not doing a job I love, I said, you know what, I gotta do something. So I started to work out, eat healthy, and I lost like 60 pounds. And from there, I was like, this is fun. I had so much fun doing it, and I didn't want to go back to my quote unquote regular job, and I didn't. Last day I worked for somebody was December 22nd in 2011. And from there, I haven't worked for anybody else. But it's definitely been no cakewalk, and it's been challenging. And Funky Fresh was kind of born out of that tough time in my life.
Okay. So I hope people can still hear me, man. Okay. So after the fitness, and then you went into the cooking. What took you into the cooking portion of things?
Yeah. So um, during the fitness, I seen the need for people want to eat healthier options. Like any trainer will know that most of the results are from your nutrition. And I was having results. My clients were having partial results, but then they was slacking on the food parts. I'm like, well, I can just make them things I'm eating, whatever. So it was like mean green salads. It was like the sweet potato, black bean wraps, the turkey burgers, all this type of stuff. And I'm like, why don't I just sell it to them? And it was never my dream to become a food entrepreneur. I think my dream was to do something creative and be creative in my life and have fun. So that kind of manifested into being a food entrepreneur at the time. And so I just started selling rolls, or it's not rolls, so I selling just meals. Before the rolls, it was just different meals just to my clients. And then one meal in particular, sweet potato, black bean burrito, it was so good. I'm like, man, this will go good at anything. This will go good in a taco. It'll go good in a quesadilla. We just put it on everything, right? So I'm like, yo,
Yes.
this will go good in the egg roll. Put it in the egg roll, didn't deep fry it, cooked it in healthy oils. I said, wow, this is the best out of all of them. How about I put it in a how about put it in a spring roll wrapper, which is lighter, it's like a little less calories than an egg roll wrapper, still flour based, and it was even crispier. It wasn't as thick and pasty as an egg roll wrapper, and it's probably the less calories out of everything. If you look at the calories like in a traditional tortilla wrap or in a taco or whatever, there's less calories. So I said, all right, I can start making these, make them healthier by not deep frying them, put healthier ingredients in them. Start selling them like at my parents. Actually, at that time, I had to move back to my parents' house too at 28, 29, which is like, yo, this is horrible. I'm never gonna get a girlfriend. Moving back with my parents, but thank God for them letting me start over my life at the time. But selling the rolls out of my parents' house at the different parks after the workouts, and I started to add different flavors, the buffalo chicken and kale, chicken club, and then from there I seen that like, yo, these spring rolls are gonna be something special. I really truly believe that they were going to change my life, and I just kind of I took that belief, took that whatever from the higher. It was just that something that we all have to know is something special. Some people could call it the Holy Spirit, people call it the universe, whatever you call it. That one thing that God is telling you like to chase after. That's what I did.
Right.
And I kind of doubled down on it.
Okay. So when you were in high school, since you were into fitness in high school, did you do any like basketball, football,
Yeah. So
wrestling?
yeah, the way I met Drew is through wrestling. I was helping coach him when he was in high school. Like I was a little bit older than him and Jake and all of them. I don't know if you know Jake too,
Yeah.
but um, I met Drew through wrestling. So in high school, I wrestled all 4 years, and the food was kind of always there. Like even as a kid, like I started cooking at 6 years old, like making scrambled eggs and stuff. And then from high school, I was cooking for myself, cooking for my teammates because you had to eat healthier to wrestle and stay on weight or whatever. So food was always around. I just didn't know that it was going to be the impact. And it was either even a time where I considered going to culinary school out of high school. But I went to tech. Tech is a trade school. They push you to being in the trade. So that's kind of what I did. I just kind of went the way that tech wanted me instead of chasing my dreams or whatever. So yeah, in high school, wrestling, and that's the only sport I did that all year round. And
Okay.
I actually coached wrestling for 10 years too. So wrestling played a huge part of it too. I was coaching wrestling, I was personal training, and at the same time, so I was like, well, actually, coaching wrestling came before personal training. But when I decided to switch careers, I realized that coaching wrestling and personal training is very similar. So I love coaching wrestling, like I would love personal training too. So that's kind of how that came together.
Right. Okay. Shout out to Tech High School too. My son, the
Tech,
quarterback
tech.
right now. Shout out.
Hey,
Now,
let's
somebody
go.
just asked, like, so how many types of vegan spring rolls do you have? Somebody just asked.
Right now we have, so we got the sweet potato and black bean. That's our number one seller. We have chickpea curry. That's two. It's probably my favorite. No, I lied. My favorite is a vegan chorizo. So vegan chorizo and vegan chorizo brunch roll we call it, which has like a soy vegan chorizo, hash browns, like roasted banana peppers, and a chipotle cream in it. We have a vegan breakfast roll. We use like this. It's called. It's like a. It's called just egg. It's like an egg replacement. So we
Okay.
use that with hash browns, Beyond sausage, peppers, onions, and then we have. Long story short, we got like 10.
Okay.
We got like 10. Yeah, I was just
Okay.
going through them. Yeah, yeah. So we got a nice range. Oh, we got the vegan apple pie roll, which is one of the new ones. Is really amazing. So
Oh,
yeah,
hey
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So who is your favorite wrestler? Since that was a big part of your life.
Ooh, like WWE wrestler or like amateur wrestling?
Look, both of them.
Okay. Um, my favorite WWE restart.
Wait, what? You got muted. We can't hear you. What? Oh no. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh,
So you said
somebody
what?
just. Oh, jeez.
No.
Somebody called me. Sorry about that. The Rock, man. Come on, The Rock. If you smell what The Rock, man, he's for one black, two charismatic, athletic. He got all the quality. The Rock is my favorite, man. And then if you go into like amateur wrestling, people might not know who he is. His name is Jordan Burroughs. He's the Olympic champion. He actually got to meet my son. Got to meet him. He's a big deal in the wrestling community. Jordan Burroughs.
Okay, Jordan Burroughs. I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah,
So
Jordan. He's the man.
with the Funky Fresh, and everything you have going on, well, with the Funky Fresh, would you say this was your purpose, or this was just, I guess, a passion? It's a passion that you
Ooh,
just push force.
this this was my destiny. I feel like in the
Yeah.
first half of the first act of my life, it was definitely written that this is what I was supposed to do. As a kid, I'm gonna sound crazy right now, but that's fine. As a kid, so my name is Truman McGee. My initials is TM, like trademark. So if you see, as a kid, you used to see TM everywhere. Oh, thank you, thank you. Um, as a kid, I would see TM everywhere, like on the back of clothes, on commercials. Like you see TM, like any business you see, they got like a little small trademark logo, whatever, whatever, whatever. As a kid, I used to imagine that that was my initials everywhere. So I used to think that my name was going to be everywhere, and I truly believed it. And then my father, he um, he doubled down on that. He always told me that I would be successful. Crazy enough, me and my dad, we currently ain't talking. We beef on each other. That's another story. But my dad, he always um, he always told me you'd be successful. You would be rich and all this stuff. He just told me I'll always be rich more than anything. But he just believed that, man, you're gonna do something special, whatever, whatever. And as a kid, I just believed it. Like shit, you believe everything your daddy say, or whoever that figure is in your life. So I just believe that, I'm gonna do something special. I'm gonna do something amazing. So, um, kind of seeing that my name is starting to, you know, that's kind of coming to fruition where our name is Funky Fresh is starting to be everywhere. I believe, and it feels so natural too. Like I never feel like I'm working. It always feels like I'm just hanging out and I'm just, spreading love and positive vibes, whatever. It never feels like, oh, I have to work at, like there's, Sunday night if you work in a job and you get that Monday, like Sunday night jitters. We're like, oh, we're gonna go
Right.
back to work tomorrow. Oh, it's the work. Like I haven't experienced that in forever. It just
Okay.
doesn't exist anymore. Now, granted, I say that to say everybody also isn't meant to be an entrepreneur. No, I think that part of entrepreneurialism sounds, alluring, and people are like, oh, I want to capture that feeling, whatever. But at the same time, it ain't for everybody too, because there's other things that come with this entrepreneur business that I wouldn't want to, that I don't like and I don't enjoy. But as far as I wouldn't change it at the same time because I just knew that just comes with this responsibility I have.
Okay. All right. So, what would you say your end goal is? What would you want to see at the end for Funky
At the
Fresh?
end of my life or in the
For
Funky
the end of
Fresh,
Funky Fresh, what's your end goal for Funky Fresh? Just to have it everywhere, all over the world, or to have
my end, I'm gonna be 100% honest, y'all. I want to sell Funky Fresh for 100 million.
I
That's
was
my end goal.
I was just gonna ask. So, how much would you sell it for right now?
That's funny because I have had some offers, but right now I let it go for a million.
A
That's
million?
it.
But in the end, we want 100 million.
How about if I could let it go for a million and keep like a percentage of the business, I'll be fine with that.
That's what I'm
Say
talking
I,
about.
say if I, say if I kept like 20%, I sold my majority equity, and I stayed on board just to be like, essentially like Colonel Sanders
Right.
and somebody else, so I do it for a million. But if they want everything right now, I have to be honest. Like, what I think it's worth and since I have been in actual negotiations, I'm gonna be really transparent with you guys. Your business is worth whatever you and someone else decides it's worth. A lot of times, what an investor would do is they'll take your EDIBA, which is your earnings, is EBTI, earnings before interest, taxes, and appreciation. EB, it's an EBITA, right? That's like a formula they have. So you look on your profit and loss statement, like after your net profit, and all actually it's more on your balance sheet. Like after your net profit and after all of the things you own and the appreciation on and the taxes, whatever that number is. A lot of times investors like to times that number by anywhere. It could be 5 times, or it could be anywhere as much as 10, 12, or whatever. I don't know where they come up with these numbers as far as how many. So for example, if we make $100,000 in net profit, they might take that number times. Let me just say my edible right now is 100,000. They might say, all right, your business is worth anywhere between 5 and 10 times that number. Even though you might put blood, sweat, and tears in it, you might have emotional connections to it, whatever. You might say, I put my life to it. This is just worth 5 million. You know, ultimately your business is gonna be worth whatever you and a third party or second party decides to decides what it's worth. So my ideal would be to kind of grow it, get into as many growth stores as we can, get into partner with a bigger manufacturer, be like maybe minority owner of the big company. Say a big company. Say if, I'm just throwing names. Say if it's Johnsonville Brats. They're a Wisconsin company. So Johnsonville Brats, they buy Funky Fresh. They help expand to get to 50 million a year in sales, and then Johnsonville Brats take it to another company like Kellogg's, and Kellogg's buy it for 500 million, and I get my share of that, or some shit like that. So that's
Okay.
that's what I imagine that's going to happen.
Okay. Okay. And shout out to Crystal for putting out the all the funky fresh information. Thank you, Crystal, for letting everybody know and putting the hours, the
Yeah,
location,
cause
the
that Crystal
website,
ship,
everything. You
I
know,
can't see no
out there, yeah.
Crystal. That's my girl, man. Crystal is a rider.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate. I want to say this. I appreciate the people in life that you meet later in life. Drake had this infamous quote to say, "No new friends" or whatever, which I think is some bullshit. I think is very important to meet new people, because the people that you came up with might not even grown with you. We like to shout like, "This my day one. It's my day." I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's
Right.
cool if you got some day ones that could grow with you. But if you got day ones that's in the same spot as you was 10 years ago, you need to separate yourself, keep it moving, be Facebook friends, like their pictures of their family, and that's about it, really. But meet people later in life who are on your level or on higher levels, and use them, and not so much use them, but kind of help let them catapult you up to their level or further. Everybody needs that. So yes to new friends, yes to
Yes.
new connections.
Yes. Shout out to my day one, Drew. Shout out. Day one. Day
Is
one.
Drew on there?
Huh?
Drew on there?
Yeah, he on there. He told you to flex your guns. That's what he said.
What up, Drew? I can't see. Hey, y'all, I can't. I don't know if anybody. I can't see anything. I'm on the stream.
Yeah,
But
Truman
what
can't
up,
see
Drew?
everything y'all typing. Only I can.
Hold
So
on
you
one
were
second. I
born.
just need to. My headphones are dying.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay. So you were born and raised here in. Oh God. Born and raised here.
Born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, off 26 in Burleigh, y'all, right in the zoo. In the zoo.
Hey. That's what
So
I'm talking about.
born and raised in Wisconsin, 26 Burleigh. As a kid, moved to 34th and Cherry. I remember that was devastating, man. It's tough when you a kid and you know everybody in the community and y'all become friends and yada yada yada, and you move. Oh, that's horrible. It's like going to a new school, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, who knows what life would have been like. A lot of those same friends shot, killed, in jail, just messed up. There's certain environments you grow in. Sometimes you escape, sometimes you don't. But I feel like my parents, it was sad, but to think it was sad to move, but who knows what life would have been like if we stayed over there. No shade to anybody living in 26. This is, it's real. If you're living in the hood,
a lot of times we take it as a badge of honor, man. But the goal is to get out too, and move on to bigger and better things, and also leave it better than when you left it too. That's another goal.
Yes. Yeah. So, are your parents from here? Were they born and raised here?
Yeah,
Or they
my dad is from Mississippi, like everybody's dad or granddad or grandma or somebody.
right?
It's like, how does everybody from Mississippi? Like, how's that
All of
possible?
us. We all related. Absolutely.
We all from Mississippi. So
Right.
yeah, my mom is from Milwaukee. They met. The way my parents met, it's like, man, it's even a miracle. I'm even here. It's like they met at a party, like in the senior year in high school, like a going away party, and my my dad was getting ready to go to the army and go to Vietnam, and my mom was getting ready to go to UWM or whatever, and like they both had a mutual friend, and his name Jack, so we call him like our godfather. And Jack introduced my mom and dad like the night before my dad was gonna leave or something like that, and my mom wasn't interested in my dad. Like, nah, like, who's this dude? Like, whatever. So they end up like exchanging information, and my dad was able to write her, while he was in Vietnam or whatever, and they kind of kept up. And then I think my dad came back to visit or whatever. He essentially smashed my mom, and
Hey.
that, that's it. It's no love story or whatever. She smashed, knocked her up. Mom was pissed, and then they just kept doing it until 11 years later. It's pretty horrible, actually.
I mean,
To think
but it's like it's good though. Look, they kept doing it and making kids. Wait, did they get married? Did they get together?
You say again?
Did they get together and get
Yeah,
married?
yeah, they got married. They,
All
they,
right
they
then.
I
That's
mean, it worked
good.
out. Yeah, it worked out. My parents, they've been married for 50 plus years now. They're still together, but and they live in North Carolina now. So, um, yeah, that's how the McGee legacy was born. My mom always said, like, my dad. If you know, my dad's name is Michael McGee. He's like he was a community activist for years. He was a former alderman. He had a talk show on WNOV. A lot of people say he was controversial, but he spoke up for the community, and he believed in equality and all types of great things for people of color. So um, he he was actually inspired by my mother, because my mother was like, she's not interested in him. She wants somebody who's like conscious, and somebody who wants to do better for the world or whatever, like a Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. She like, I like guys like that. My dad was like, oh, I could be Malcolm X. Essentially.
He said, "Oh, you want Malcolm?
Yeah,
I give you Malcolm.
I
What
give you Malcolm. Yeah.
you That is cool. So, what are some of your hobbies and interests? What do you like to
Oh,
do when you chilling?
right now I'm hooked on Marvel. Okay, everything Marvel, from all the TV shows, from the movies. I would consider I'm on Marvel nerd status, where I watch like a little break. I watch breakdown theory episodes on YouTube. I see all of the movies. My living room has it has a straight bachelor pad and has Marvel artwork all in it. I call it a little Wakanda. So it's got a lot of got a lot of technology in the house, and also like has that African traditional look to it to a certain extent. Or I'm still working on it, but that's probably the biggest thing I'm into. Of course, cooking. Always
Okay.
looking, always looking up recipes. Stay on Pinterest. I love just really just being just having fun and enjoying life. Karaoke has been my latest obsession.
I've seen that. Look
If
at
you
you.
seen if you found me, karaoke has been my latest obsession. Yeah.
I've seen. So, how is everything for you with having children, work, time management? How do you organize and work all those things out for your life?
Oh, so well, my kids, they definitely come first. So my kids um are the even though Funky Fresh is the most, it's been my purpose, but I feel like being a father is the ultimate best thing that's ever happened to my life. As a as an early young adult, I thought that I would never have kids. I thought I'd just be like the rich uncle.
Yeah.
And after I had my son, I'm just like, oh my god, like this is the greatest thing ever. Like how some people be like, yeah, I'm kid free for the weekend. I'm like, I never feel like that. I always want to be around my kids, whatever. And so if I got to see them for, you know, my son lives with me, my daughter doesn't, but I see him every day. You know, if I'm super busy and I only can see my daughter for an hour that day, or even if it's for 10 minutes, like I have to lay my eyes on him. So um, I try to balance, that balance between being healthy, um, working the business, and being the entrepreneur is better. I would say in the past, though, for sure, I spent a lot of time working, and my kids be around me while I'm working, and that really wasn't like what do you call it? It really wasn't like meaningful time. It was just like my kids are here. They essentially just watching me work, or they on their computers and I'm working, and I'd be like, well, at least they're with me. But really, I'm learning about meaningful, purposeful time with the kids, and that's something it's an everyday challenge.
Okay. All right. It is. It definitely is. Having those children, trying to make sure you're really there to give them the life that they deserve and the time they deserve and
Hmm.
the parenting they deserve, and but also trying to get this money. You know what I'm saying? So they can
Yeah.
have a great life.
Right. Right. It's
Yeah.
a
So,
it's a struggle, but it's possible, man. Like it's people busier than me that find time for the gym, find time for their family. What I'm doing, I'm just starting to give Funky Fresh limits. Like, all right, I'm not gonna spend all day. I used to work literally like 15-hour days, and I used to like use that as a badge of honor too. Like I remember in 2019, I worked 363 days. Like I only had 3 days off in 2019. And I remember being like, oh my God, I'm hustling so hard, whatever, whatever. Yeah, the business grew. But what happened at the time, I gained a bunch of weight. Um, didn't see it spend time with my family. I had the relationship I was in pretty much dissolved. So it's like sacrificing a lot of stuff for this funky fresh life. So
right. So my aunt said, bring back Tire Fitness. They want you to bring it back. They want
who said that?
Aunt. His Facebook name is Triangle Bullies.
Okay.
He
Yes.
said, bring it back.
We actually I did my first fitness class at Iron Fist Fitness 2 days ago. So I'm like, man, this is fun. Like once stuff gets slowed down, for sure, we bringing the tires out of retirement.
Hey. Okay. So tell me, what do you think currently about them trying to take critical race theory out of schools? What do you think about that?
I have to learn more about even what that is because I've just been seeing it, and honestly, I haven't been keeping, you know, I haven't been educated on it as much. So
Okay.
I wonder if you get like, God, it's crazy. I was just literally watching, like, reading some people post, like, dude, I
Oh,
need to
I tell you. So critical
study.
race theory,
Yeah.
it's basically everything dealing with black folks and white folks, slavery,
Mhm.
um, us being beat, anything, any Holocaust, any burning down of all of our communities. They want to take all of that out. Nothing has happened. It's just been wonderful. I don't even know where history would start because it started with Christopher Columbus because we were in
Uh,
school and we found out
uh,
that was a lie. So I'm not sure where
well,
history would
that's
begin, but
that's horrible. Like we've
yeah,
all been taught wrong. Like I think if anybody at this point believed that Christopher Columbus was anything but a freaking a tyrant, then they're wrong. So that's what we was taught, that he came and he was Thanksgiving and all the good things and
right.
pilgrims. Like that's like it needs to start where in reality where it started, whatever, as far as how Americans brought up. But I'm all for I think it's important because that's going to kind of change the title on how we think. Like a lot of people think that a lot of people truly believe that this country was built off of just hard work and equality, and it's nothing. It's never been anything like that. Like the whole "Make America Great." It's like, when has America been great for everybody? No,
Right.
it's been great for a group of people, but it hasn't been great for everybody. So yeah, I feel like I definitely want to learn more about it and get educated on it. But long story short, it's a bullshit.
Yeah, next thing they know, the kids gonna be in school thinking that they came and rescued us on some ships from Africa and took us to America, saving us, taking us to a better
Right.
life.
Like, yo, we need to, they gonna make it a superhero movie. Like these guys
Right. Came
came
and got
and
us on some cruise ships at that. Yeah, that looks
yo,
cool.
right, wrong. So yeah, I'm yeah.
So how do you feel about reparations?
About what?
Reparations.
I think something needs to happen. Yo,
Yes.
like I feel um, like I mean, if it's not, so I feel two ways about it. I feel like one, man, like we need to really be financially responsible in our everyday life. So we need to we need to be literate, and learn about literacy and whatever. Because if this was ever happen, I feel like all the money go, right back to them, in the matter of hours So being able to, this is kind of separate topic a little bit, but we need to learn about, get educated about our money. That's something like, that we ain't gonna learn in school. We can't really, you know, um, depend on anybody to teach us that. So it's like, we got to take the steps ourselves, hire people like Darvin Moore or anybody that's financially on a whole nother level, get a coach. Just like we got a coach for, you got a fitness coach, whatever. You might have a life coach. You might have a therapist. We need a coach for our monies because when I think of like
Yes.
reparations or something like that, like I think it could be used, but like if we if we get it, all the money going back to freaking Amazon and Walmart,
You know it
you know.
is. They give us
So
some
it's like,
keys. Ooh!
man. So if it's like if we could get it in the way of like property or something like that, if I had to take it, I would get it in the way of like some
I want
sort of
some land.
equity.
I think. Yeah, I want some.
I want to get some equity in something, it's gonna last a
Yeah.
little bit longer.
So we're gonna wrap this up. And we're gonna ask a couple questions about your favorite things. So,
Okay.
who is your favorite athlete?
Damn. Well, it's such a
To
simple
have
question.
answers to these questions for myself. Like,
My favorite athlete right now, man, I'm just gonna say Kobe. Okay.
all right, can't go wrong there. You cannot.
Hmm.
Musically,
Jay-Z.
okay.
Well, I'll say it's always been between Jay-Z and Kanye, right? And I was arguing with one of my Facebook friends at 5 o'clock this morning about Kanye or whatever, and definitely I've been on the Kanye train since 2000 before he was rapping, and he even started before then. He started like in the 90s, in mid to early 90s, rapping in Chicago, but or making beats. But Kanye, just from his creativity, I love it. I just haven't been a fan of him lately, like what he's doing with this like project where he's pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. So, but regardless, he's an amazing entertainer. So Kanye, Jay-Z is probably my favorite like rapper in general, just entrepreneur, and I'm definitely part of the Beyonce Beehive. Like I 100% rocks with Beyonce. If anybody got any issues with Beyonce, hit my inbox so we can square up. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't play about the queen.
So, what you think about Nas, though? I mean, Nas could be great if it wasn't for Jay Z being a hater like he was. You know what I'm saying? But
What I think about Nas is amazing. Like
yes,
it's for me, it's Jay-Z. Nas is right there, whatever.
right there.
But after listening to Nas' last album, I'm like, man, Nas is he's real close. I think because I like Jay-Z more, but as far as like rapping, man, he's amazing. Jay-Z and Nas is my number one, number two, like favorite rappers. I
Okay.
kind of don't put Kanye in that level because he don't write a lot of stuff, but rappers, Jay-Z, Kanye, or
Oh,
Jay-Z, Nas.
Nas. Okay. So, who would you say is your favorite chef? What chef do you like to watch on TV, if you watch any? I know I used to watch Rachel Ray a lot, and I don't know. I kind of moved away from her, and then just started watching like Guy Fieri, the
Yeah, my favorite
dives and bars.
TV chef. Um, Actually, it's a guy. He's an Instagram chef. His name is I don't know. His name is Kevin. I don't know his last name, but his page is called Fit Man Cook.
Okay.
And if you follow this page, you got a huge following. But he does a lot of things similar to me. But he's super innovative, young dude, killing it on that game. So I'll say Fit Man Cook Kevin.
Okay. And the last question for you before we wrap this up, you tell me what your ideal life looks like.
My ideal life. Okay, I'm giving you my ideal day. So I wake up in my king size bed, take a couple moments to just reflect and be thankful. Um, Lean over and kiss my wife. Go to the gym, or like go to my home gym,
That's right.
my state of the art home, you know, 2,000 square foot gym workout where it's filled with different pictures of my favorite athletes and inspirators or whatever. Go home, or go back to the house, cook some breakfast for my family, and maybe just sit some time with them in my kitchen, my big, huge commercial kitchen inside my house. Um, spend some no phones allowed in the kitchen. We're gonna just have whatever. Take them to school, whatever we gotta do. You know, um, Maybe get it in with my wife. I'm in public right now. Get it in with my wife real quick before work. You know what I'm saying? Then go to my office that's located in Funky Fresh Towers.
Okay.
And then maybe have a couple calls or whatever, and then find some time to meet with some young entrepreneurs, and maybe give them a tour of our facilities. Um, go to lunch with some of my homeboys. Come after work, pick up my kids in my brand new 2023 electric Ford F-150.
Awesome.
Pick up the wife, go somewhere, eat nice, whatever, come home, spend some more time with them, maybe watch some Marvel movies, the new, by the time the new Black Panther be out on DVD or something, or on Disney Plus.
Right.
watch some Black Panther on there, and just spend the night enjoying life with my family. That's my ideal life.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what people need to think about, the ideal life they want. Put it out there, visualize it. You got to see
Yeah,
it, and then it'll be here.
it will. Yeah,
It
if you
would.
see it, you can believe it, and I truly believe that. Like the whole, if you believe it, you can achieve. Let me tell you, I 100% believe that without a doubt. It sounds so corny and sounds so generic, and a lot of people, or it's just that it sounds cliche, but I feel like I'm living proof that you can manifest anything in your life, good or bad. So let's focus on the good, and take those steps and make those actions towards that manifestation, and it'll happen.
You're right. Well, Truman, thank you so much for doing this interview with me this morning. I'm so thankful and appreciative that you took
Yes.
some time out of your morning, your busy days to
Yeah,
do
I'm
this.
glad we did it. We just kind of seen each other and said, "Yo, let's do it." Was that yesterday?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
we definitely
we made it
it was
happen.
what
Yeah,
it was yesterday.
yeah. So I'm glad we made it happen.
Yeah, so you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Everybody make sure y'all follow Truman. Y'all go to
Follow
Sherman
Funky
Phoenix.
Fresh. Follow Funky Fresh. That's
Where
right.
where can they all get some funky fresh? I know Crystal put it in there, but can you tell
Yo,
everybody where and how?
you can get it from me at Funky Fresh Spring Rolls at Sherman Phoenix, 3536 West Fond du Lac Avenue. You get it from Outpost, 4 locations. You could get it from Cynics, we in 9 of no location, all the big ones, not any smaller Cynics, we in there. The River West Co-op, we in West Dallas Food. Pretty soon, real soon. I don't know when, but this is groundbreaking exclusive for you. We're gonna be in Festival Foods, starting in 3 locations. Yeah, I don't know when, but I'll let you guys know when. But hopefully soon, and then from there, we taking over one city at a time. That's the goal. That's the move.
Now can they order online as well?
Yes, you can order online directly to, like, we can ship it to you. If you live out of state, we could deliver it to you if you live in Milwaukee, and you can pick it up, order via curbside.
Okay.
Throw it right in the back of your trunk. You can just drive by. We'll throw a touchdown pass to you.
Oh my gosh. And that is at funkyfreshspringrolls.com.
FunkyFreshSpringRolls.com.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone that watched, everyone that tuned in, everyone that paid attention to Truman or plans on following Truman. Make sure y'all get some of the spring rolls. I mean, they're the best. I swear to God, they're the best. Make sure you get some. And Truman, we'll see you later. I think Truman froze. But thanks for tuning in, y'all.